Hello, hello. It is great
Hello.
to see you guys. How are you?
Great. Thanks for hosting us.
Yes, it's so exciting to have you. You're the newest members of the FemTech Across Borders. So you have a new program. Really excited to learn about it today. If you're watching this, be sure to make a comment. We can see them live. If you have a question, we will answer it. But for the next 30 minutes, we're going to learn all about Zambon and Zcube and Open Accelerator and this amazing opportunity for FemTech startups. So let's jump into it. Would you two please like to introduce yourself to our viewers?
Sure. I'm Federica Destro, and I work for Zcube, that is a research venture of the Zambon Group.
And I'm Michele. Hi. Also goes by the name of Michelle, for whoever wants to pronounce it that name. And I'm together with Federica working on the Open Accelerator, and we're excited to launch this opportunity for you guys and girls, of course.
Yeah, so I'm from New Jersey. We say guys. So yeah. And then Texas taught me how to say y'all, which I have refused to give up. I love to say y'all. Well, it is awesome to have you both here. Why don't you inform our viewers first about what is Zambon? What is Zambon?
Yeah, so Zambon is a multinational pharmaceutical group that has built its legacy on the values of an Italian family. And the mission is to innovate cures and care to enhance patients' life. The therapeutic areas of the group are mainly respiratory diseases, central nervous system, pain management, and women's health. In 2023, the group has revenues around 900 million euro, and it employs 2,800 employees around the world. We are present in 23 countries with an affiliate, and our products are distributed in 90 countries.
Wow. So huge mission, huge organization. Where are you two based?
We are in Milan.
In Milan. Excellent.
Excellent. Milan, Italy.
Well, why don't you tell us about this FemTech program you're launching?
Yeah, sure. So Open Accelerator, we call it, as a long heritage in Europe and Italy as being one of the most prominent accelerator programs. So we started from there, and we really wanted to give it a twist to one of the areas in which we believe the most, and I believe we were going to be talking about this in the next questions. But what we are doing, we're trying to find the best products and services that are serving women's health on a 360 degrees. So what we're really doing here is we're giving capital to companies. So we're going to be talking about this, but we're going to give 100K in investments through a just safe instrument, which everybody knows. But more than that, we're going to give lots of exposure to our world at Zambon. As Federica mentioned, we have sales rep people all over the world. We give almost instant access to physicians, to customers, to patients. So the objective is to take in products, services, work with us, and benefit from our huge amount of stakeholders that are around us to really accelerate your business, your product. So we're just not the common accelerator to teach you how to do stuff. We actually put in skin in the game. So our real objective is take your product, take your services, work with you, do not steal anything from you. I want to just be clear from this. We really want to help you in growing your business, accelerate it dramatically on an exponential way. That's what we do.
I love it. And, my viewers know that I'm a serial entrepreneur and venture capitalist. And so I can give my blessing to these types of programs. I can say that, I don't always think accelerators are the right move for startups. I think sometimes it slows their progress down. You're hearing the same messages all the time. You're being given all this advice from people who've only heard about your company for 30 seconds and somehow they know better than you. And yet I see the more corporate partnered accelerators being really, really beneficial in terms of meeting the people you need to know that will accelerate your company, having access to tools or equipment that, otherwise you would never have had. So I really am excited about this program. And then obviously an investment is excellent. That's fantastic, and some people say they are investing, but it's actually like $100,000 worth of AWS credits, right? Like you're actually making an investment.
Not only that, Brittany, if I can add to that,
Mm-hmm.
it's money, it's our skills, but it's also a part of a journey. So we're gonna follow you. We're gonna provide follow-on capital. So it's just a step in the journey. We really want to accelerate you in a way in which you can become a big company. Some of these companies, some of these products, they need the shoulders that we have, the companies like us have, and moreover, I think we can be agile in helping this kind of companies, because they're not big pharmas, right? Which are slow. We can be very fast. We can be very helpful, and so we try to go beyond just the money in this case.
That's right. Oh, well, why don't you tell our viewers who are probably like, oh my gosh, where do I apply? First, tell us what kind of FemTech companies you're looking for.
So basically, we are looking at companies that work on women's health. So all of the women's related issues, so menstrual pain, menopause, maternity, fertility, but also the kind of diseases in which the manifestation on women is different than on men. So endocrinology, cardiovascular, we are really looking at things that can improve women's health. And doing that, we are not looking at just drugs. We are looking at medical devices, diagnostics, platform, supplements. We are seeing a lot of supplements in this field. And so I mean, both the research projects and early stage startups. So these are the kind of target that for us.
Excellent. And what about the location of the companies? You guys said you're in Italy. Do you care where the companies are located?
No, not at all. I mean, we are scouting internationally. We also receive an application from New Zealand, and we also invest internationally in the past. Our latest company in which we invest is from Canada. And so we have no geographical boundaries. And the also acceleration program is going to be mainly online, with only 2 moments on site here in Milan.
Okay. And just because I'm already anticipating, as someone who has looked through applications and have filtered based on stage of company, I'll just get a few more details out of you in terms of what stage of the company. So you said, early stage, but do you have any like milestones that you hope companies have already accomplished in terms of maybe they already have a patent, or they have animal studies, or they have, they're entering clinical trials or not yet? So in terms of the progress of their product, do you have a touch point that you're preferring?
Let me take this. So I think we are pretty much open to every stage of a company. What we really want to see is a team, a group of people that has a clear idea on what they're doing, and they're really capable to bring it to move it forward. So we can take really programs starting from scratch, the projects coming out of universities with some preliminary data, up until companies that might have already a product in the market that are looking to expand this product. I mean, we received many around this. So their product maybe selling in the UK, but they don't have a clue on how to sell in Brazil or in Italy for the matters. And so they can come to us and say, okay, I have this, let's work together and expand the product in other geographical parts of the world. So it really is open to everything. But I guess the most important thing is that there needs to be a group of people that is really capable of bringing this forward, and also to accept to work with us and and accelerate and bring this thing to make it a bigger thing.
Well, if FemTech has anything, it is passionate teams and founders. So I do not envy your reviewing process. How many companies do you plan on accepting into this program?
So we are going to accept 5 companies, and we are going to invest in all the selected startups, 100,000 euro.
Perfect. And why don't you walk us through like what the program actually looks like? When does it start? When does it end? You said virtual, a little in person, but what are they going to be learning and doing throughout the program?
Sure. So basically, we're going to start on September 23, and September 23, 24, and 25, we are going to be here on site. And we are going to connect the startup with our business unit directors, because we want also to look for a synergic approach and commercial partnership, as said by Michele. And then we are going to have one session per week online. We are going to touch different things like organizational development, reimbursement strategy, the regulation of the medical devices, financial plan, market access that is really important in our field. So we're going to speak about subjects that are really relevant for these kind of startups, and we are not going to speak about like general subjects. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, that will be December 2, 3, and 4, we are going to have also a demo day in which we are going to invite our network of investors, exactly because we also would like that the company raise more money and have more opportunity to grow.
Yeah, I think. Brittany, if I might add to that, I think one of the other things that we're going to be doing is inviting people that actually have done this to really understand, to make these new entrepreneurs understand what really is building a FemTech company. People who has raised lots of money, people who had exits, and we're going to be taking courses on negotiation, maybe by which is something which is more general. So we're going to go with topics which are not the common ones. So we're trying to give a real added value to these people. We're going to talk about how to build teams, how to have a relationship with the team. So we're going to go beyond this. And yeah, I mean, and we're going to have a demo day in which we're going to be investors and together with others, because what we want to have at the end of the day is we're going to be providing a term sheet, but it will be fantastic if other people will come in with us. We don't want to be the sole investors. We can be, but if there's more people believing in what we do, that's even better.
I'm really excited also about it only being 5 companies. I can imagine that cohort gets really close, and they're able to really support each other, because also entrepreneurship is just hard. And sometimes you need that support group of people who are in that boat with you. And so sometimes I go to, and no disrespect to the Mass Challenges or the Techstars. They are such an important, critical players in our ecosystem. But, sometimes I'll go and speak to their cohorts and it's 75 companies, and I'm like, surely they, there's little groups of people who match up, but, they don't know everyone in this cohort. These 5 teams would really get to know each other. So that's really encouraging. And then also the being FemTech specific, that's something I've talked about a lot is, when I got into FemTech in 2019, there was no FemTech accelerator. And I saw FemTech companies being squeezed into these other medical programs. And I was like, the advice on just use that billing code doesn't work for us. We don't have billing codes oftentimes in women's health, or, just run ads about it. Well, you know what? Women's health is often censored, right? So there's all these like unique things that women's health companies need to learn that are different from the other ones. So really, really excited for your program. Okay. When are applications due?
Okay. The application are due till June 16. So
June 16th, y'all. June 16th. You might as well apply. There's 100,000 euros on the line.
And so the possibility to apply is through the website, openaccelerator.it. And there is a session apply. You just have to answer 10 questions and upload a deck, and done.
Perfect. Well, we will definitely re-add that link as soon as this live stream ends. It was also in today's Fem Health Insights newsletter. You can also just kind of Google Zcube Open Accelerator. We do have a question from Michelle. Michelle, we did touch on this before. She's asking, do you have to be based in Europe to participate? The answer is no, you do not. You do not. Global program, Michelle. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. And if anyone else has questions, please feel free to ask. And don't be worried if we already covered it. Just like this, we'll just, answer it real fast. No problem. Well, this is super awesome. What other resources will a startup be able to access through the program? I mean, it already sounds amazing, but is there anything else?
So basically, we are getting to know a lot of experts, and we would like to provide the startup tailored support. So they are offering 1 hour per each startup in the program of consultation. And so that would be an invaluable support for people that are going through like problems and maybe a regulatory issue or which is the right clinical path and things like that. So we have already a lot of, a network of people that we have worked in the past, because the accelerator is fifth edition, but we are enriching our network with people specifically working on FemTech and women's health.
So there's going to be lots of mentors, lots of KOLs. So we're going to be building probably some focus groups of physicians, of occupational therapists, whichever people will be involved in this. Having worked in this field, we pretty much know everybody. So this is meant to be a constant dialogue among companies and ourselves and the mentors. So we hope really to be able to solve any issue that companies might have. So there's lots around this.
So awesome. Well, I always tell founders that it's not just about an investor picking you, it's also about you picking your investor. And so I'd love to dive in for the rest of our conversation here a little bit more into who is Zambon and Zcube, and how do you guys think about women's health, right? So on the other side of the partnership. So you'll be reading our, applications, but here's your application to us. Where did the idea for this program come from?
All right. So it goes, I think, last year we sat together and we said, look, what do we have a strong position that we can really leverage, and where there is a bright future ahead, and where there's a strong need. And when we started by looking at the company, and we looked at one of the biggest businesses we have is actually in women care, with a product on infections. And also, I think the other thing that put this forward is the fact that we have more women than men in the company, which is it's actually strange somehow in Italy. But having this strong heritage and this company organization, we said, why don't we leverage this know-how that we've built over the years in the sectors which is growing and where there is lots of unlocked potential and of course need. So you all know all the problems that women have in this society. So we started from there, and we looked at said, how do we leverage this? How do we find these kind of products? Are we going after products which are already established? We look at that and we said there's nothing. So the established one are old products. They're not really solving the issues. So we said, okay, probably we need to take not one, but 10, 20 step backs and see and try to find real innovation and be able to work with companies at the early stages in order to help them in bringing forward their products. Sometimes, and I've been working with startups and investing as a VC for the last 12 years. And, in some of these healthcare companies, the product-based companies, they just don't have the power, but not only the money, it's also the structure to be rolling out a big product in a very open geographical manner. So you need scale, you need people, and sometimes VCs are not really the right person to do this, or the right counterpart to be doing this. So we can, as a company, help startups with these kind of products really leverage what we're doing and ultimately get to a very big potential market. So we see ourselves as a catalyst by which the company can benefit from us, and we can also benefit from what others are doing. Because let's be honest, let's not hide the issue with companies, organization, big ones, that sometimes they're really not that good at innovating. Let's put it that way. And so we need to work with brilliant entrepreneurs, with brilliant people, and we need to help them. We're not here to steal your idea. It's far from it. We're here because we want to leverage what you guys are doing and really help you in growing more. So that's what we believe in this company.
And I think that something that speaks for us is the fact that Ivy Health, this Canadian company creating a pelvic floor device for the rehabilitation of the pelvic floor, is one of our greatest ambassadors. So she is one really of the person that is kicking most startup in. And so the fact that she has worked with us in the last 4 years, and she has seen as we work, as we support her, we really provide hands-on support despite the investments to our startup. And so she is kind of also the proof of we are doing something in the right way.
We hope to find many more.
Yes, and I know you will. We have more questions coming in. Cameron Ross asks, would travel expenses be covered for the in-person dates of the accelerator?
We are going to cover the hotel expenses, but not the travel. Although the fact that we are going to invest at the beginning, at the beginning of the acceleration program means that the company are going to have the money.
So you're gonna be paying hotels and meals, but the traveling, hopefully you can deal with it. We're gonna give you the money before. So
just earmark a little bit for that travel expense, you're saying, for the airline at least. Yeah. Excellent. Good.
They've got so expensive.
Yes. Yes, it is. It's insane. Yeah. Let me see what other questions we have here. Yeah, you mentioned that Zambon has a history in women's health. You briefly mentioned that. Can you talk to us a little bit more about your experience and products in women's health?
Yeah, basically we have an antibiotic for urinary tract infections and a supplement for cystitis. I think that's it.
Yeah, so we covered in pretty much Europe, I would say. So Spain, Italy, something in Latin America. We visit, just to give you a number, in Italy, about 70% of gynecologists. So we have a presence by which we see these people. So our sales force covers pretty much the whole space, and that's the same for Spain. But we're also willing to invest and potentially even increase the reach out that we have. So at the moment we have two very successful products with very high margins, and we're looking at expanding this footprint that we have. We started with Hy-Vee and trying to help her navigate the mess, which is Europe in terms of regulation and go to market, and hopefully we can work together. And yeah, I mean that's what we have.
Yeah, excellent. You are actually modeling something we're seeing across FemTech, which is pharmaceutical companies doing more partnering with early stage startups versus investing in R&D themselves. So this is actually, for those viewing, very in line with what a lot of major players are doing. Phoebe has an excellent comment here. She's excited about this program and the opportunity. She'd like to delve deeper into the eligibility criteria. Currently developing an innovative menstrual product, which is a medical device. Could a startup with this focus apply to the program? And are you primarily seeking ventures with a strong tech aspect?
No, I mean, this product is perfect. I mean, obviously we are going to choose some product that maybe have more technical and scientific background, but then we also like to have products that are closer to the market and can be easier to commercialize. So we would like to differentiate the portfolio of the startup in which we invest.
And I think sometimes, you don't need to be that techy. I mean, sometimes the solution is actually quite straightforward and easy, and it's actually easier to get to the market in that case. So we're pretty open to that. I mean, the cleverest idea I've seen actually simple ideas. So definitely.
Well, I already see 3 applications in your inbox from Michelle, Cameron, and Phoebe. Keep your questions coming. We have a few more moments here to just squeeze a little bit more information out of you about the program. What do y'all see as the future of women's healthcare, and what's your role in it?
Oh, okay.
This is complicated.
I gotta take this, even if I'm a male. So I think. We have seen many reports now. I'm not gonna, cite them. McKinsey has came out, all these consulting companies, but it's. I think ultimately it's what you see around. There is a strong empowerment of women, and I can tell you by looking at this company, but also looking at my wife and other people, and we see that there is the emancipation of women is actually increasing, and that will ultimately lead to more spending power for women, more really less stigma probably, so less issues about talking. I know in the US, in Canada, maybe UK, you guys are less afraid to talk, but I tell you, in some Southern Europe countries, it's not the case. So I think there is a huge trend towards women being more open about their conditions and not really hiding, and not seeing that as a general issue, and that will lead probably to more to more, I hate to say this in economical terms, more consumption of these kind of products, use of innovative technologies to manage menopause, perimenopause, all these very, very burdensome issues that women have at the moment. So I think the future is bright on this sector. There definitely needs to be more attention. It's still, in the VC world that I come from, sometimes my colleagues, they just shy away from it. They don't see, it's not a big market, and I say, well, women are 50% of the population, even more. So I think it's not a small market. But anyway, so I think the awareness around the issues that women are facing are, it's just keep on increasing, and that will lead to amazing opportunities for companies like us, but also for startups and companies with new products.
And I also think that women are not accepting anymore to feel the pain. They want to have a diagnosis. So, they want to know what is going on, why they are feeling some pain in a certain day or in a certain period of their life. So, and it's correct that, these kind of issues are faced now by the whole system. Not from just pharmaceutical company, but also from doctors and physicians.
I love it. Obviously, I am devoted to FemTech for the rest of forever. And it is not just a fad. It is a movement that it will be here. And similar to what you just mentioned in terms of women in STEM are now doing more research and engineering in women's health. And so we'll have more solutions and research and, microbiome data and genetic data and proteins that we're discovering to target with drugs, and just really, really exciting things. And then we have all these female founders coming out, making companies. And it's just such an exciting future for women's health. We do have another comment here. People are essentially just pitching themselves, but I also really love to give some spotlight to really cool innovation. So we have Dr. Siri here. He says, great program. I can't wait. They are launching a saliva ovulation testing device and platform. They're very interested in clinical trials with pharma companies working on hormone treatments and contraceptions. Is that in the scope of your program?
It is. And then, as I said before, we're willing to explore new avenues of products in our company. So we started with UTIs and infections, but we want to really move around and look at fertility, look at all these issues that are facing women. So definitely, it's more than open to that. We'll see. Just tell you this.
Application number 4 is in, and now we just had another person pitch. So super exciting here. And by the way, through StreamYard, I can't comment, but as soon as this ends in a few moments, I will go into LinkedIn and comment on all your comments here with the link to apply. So if you're like, where's the link to apply? I will go in there in 1 second. We have a LinkedIn user here that says, we are developing a biofeedback device for pelvic training, enabling telehealth monitoring by physical therapists. We are pursuing a U.S. clearance first. Will a CE mark strategy be required in parallel?
I would say no, but obviously we can also be the one supporting you in the CE mark. So, exactly as we have done with Rachel, we start studying all the reimbursement and the regulation of the different European countries. So, if is about interest from us and also from the startup to also enter the European market, obviously we can put our skin in the game, as Michele said, and work with you on that. But yeah, we totally understand to go US first, because it's a huge market, easier market also for some products. So totally makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, get that application in. And when's the application due again?
June 16.
June 16th. June 16th. Don't wait. Just go ahead and submit it. We do
Sure.
have Shelly also asked, is there any interest in ideas that incorporate AI?
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, it's a huge topic at the moment. Obviously, I mean, has to be kind of explained how is used AI, because obviously it's based also on the data that you're filling the AI with. But yeah, I mean, we have seen some, we are evaluating some application.
So I think on AI, and it's a general question, not revolving only around FemTech. It's the business model that you're going to apply to that. That's the key question around how you use AI, and that's. But we're definitely looking at companies that might be able to collect the data, use the data, and potentially provide some care or some indications using that data and AI. So definitely open to that. I'm a statistician by training, so I love working with AI and all this and all the algorithms behind it. But there needs to be a sustainable business model.
I actually love that comment so much, because it shows me that you are not just scientists or techie people that like ideas, but you are actually going to be helping these companies become companies, successfully profitable, sellable companies, which I love. And it is not a guarantee in these programs, especially one that's, being hosted by a pharmaceutical company may not be, the main idea. So I love that comment. Well, I don't see any other comments in yet, no other pitches. So do you have any last, words of advice for those considering applying?
Just apply as soon as you can, because we are already running the due diligence process. So, and obviously we are expecting a lot of application the last days, and we wouldn't, we would probably dedicate less attention to the last coming. So don't wait, apply. As soon as you have some time to review the application form. And if there are any question, there is an email on the website, info@openaccelerator.it, but you can also write to me and Michele on LinkedIn. We reply to everyone, really. we are having call with a lot of funders and startups. We answer all the questions. What else?
Yeah, I think I would point out a couple of things. So first of all, we are not here to steal your idea. So we want to work with you, and in developing your products, your company. That's our ultimate goal, and I think that could be something beneficial to the both of us. We incentivize, even if you are a late stage company which has raised money, more money than others than the average. Reach out anyway. We can be of help. We try to go beyond just the money we give you. So if you have a product that you believe it's selling good and evaluation it's high, but you can really use us, just reach out, just apply. Don't be shy. We look at everything, but we really want every stakeholder in this adventure to succeed. So do this.
Amazing. Well, founders, you got nothing to lose and potentially 100,000 euros to gain. So we are going to end this live now, and then I'll jump into LinkedIn and drop the application link for everybody. Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
really.
everybody.